evil because he's a foreigner. He's evil because he's preying on people's insecurities about them and being a fucking dick. It's also the funniest. Oh my God. This is some of the funniest shit I've seen him do outside of like PWG.
Yeah, I agree. Kevin is this gimmick. You know, he had the prize fighter for a while, and that was yay.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. Don't get me wrong. But compared to this gimmick, I know it's only been 3 weeks that he's had this new Face of America gimmick, but so far he's pulling it off.
My God, is he ever?
Yeah. The last thing I want to talk about before we go to break is Mojo.
Do we have to?
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it.
What the hell are they doing with Mojo?
It doesn't involve Mojo Rawley being fed to a literal lion, so I'm not happy about it.
My favorite part was when he showed the trophy. He then proceeded to, I think, scare a little kid, and one of them kicked him right in the shin. Pin him while you're at it.
That was just fucking beautiful. And don't get me wrong, him showing off the trophy and being all happy and proud about it, I actually do like that. That's fine. I mean, it's the Andre the Giant trophy. You know, dude should be pretty proud of that, in universe or not. But at the same time, it's Mojo Rawley. The dude is Marty Jannetty's Marty Jannetty.
That's fair.
I don't. Why? God,
Because they hate us, Max.
No, they just hate me. God damn it! I can't. I can't. Why, Mojo? Fuck you. We don't get hype. We stay hype. I will throw you off a cliff. The hype will die with you.
So while Max cries in the corner, we're going to take a quick break. Max is going to contemplate life about Mojo Rawley. And we're going to say hey to our great sponsors. So we're going to take a quick break, come back, and we're going to finish up the rest of SmackDown Live. That is next here on the Elite Ringside Network.
What is going on, guys? This is the Loose Cannon, Nate the Effing Great, here to tell you about a great company known as AJsBelts.com. Why are they so great, you ask? Well, let me tell you, they have every single championship belt that you can imagine, from classic championships to modernized championships. Hell, even they do MMA championships. They have great deals on championship belts, and I know what you're thinking. What if you can't afford them right now? No problem. They have a great layaway program, as well as if you go through PayPal credit, you can get your championship belts right away. A&J's Belts, the proud sponsors of the Squared Circle Podcast.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Spencer Hart from the Elite Ringside Network. Wanted to let you know about some amazing news. You can now listen to all of our great programming on the new Satchel podcast player for your Android and iPhones. Here's the deal. While you're listening to us on Satchel, you can send us a few dollars to make all of our amazing shows even better. So if you're listening to us right now on Satchel, go ahead and click on that donate button to send us some much appreciated donations. And if you're not listening to us on Satchel, I mean, come on, what are you doing? Download the podcast player right now at satchelplayer.com. Exclusive friends of the Elite Ringside Network. Welcome back to SmackTalk here on the Elite Ringside Network. So, Max, I want to go into the little backstage segment between Sami Zayn, Randy Orton, and AJ Styles. Are they seriously trying... It seems like they're trying to make Sami like this nerded out fan... rather than, like, you know, somebody who's trying to hype their team up. Is that what came across to you, or?
Yeah, it felt like... Okay, I mean, I can't remember a time when they ever really actively pursued this, and if I'm forgetting, I'm sure someone will let me know. But it felt like, at least in that segment, that they were trying to go for what if a fan really got to live their dream and like they were a fan only a little while ago. They just had like a natural talent for this shit. It's just kind of I it that's not what you want. It made him look like a goober for starters, and it didn't feel right. It's like if you're really that big of a fan, A, why would you do that in front of a camera? Oh my God, Sammy, stop. Oh God, I'm embarrassed for your family. Second of all, how is that supposed to hype people up for a main event match? How is that supposed to hype your teammates up? Like, yeah, okay, you're a big fan of our work, Sammy. That's great. How are we gonna work cohesively as a team now? It was just
Well, they walked out on him, you know?
exactly. It's just, I mean, first, him being essentially, I don't want to call him a jobber on Raw, but him basically, well, losing constantly on Raw. And now this, it's just, stop it. You already made me not like Bayley. Stop with your crimes against wrestling.
Yeah. Sadness. I want to go quickly into this because I hated every single minute of it. The Fashion Files.
God damn it, no. Just...
I was hoping these would turn into like the Miz and Maurice segments.
No.
Where they were funny. No.
Here's the thing.
We got a segment with Febreze tracking down what appeared to be paint, and they were trying to find the culprit, and they come to this room and they find apparently the Ascension masturbating in this room, and it's a room no bigger than the size of a locker, and they open the door, the Ascension turn around to look at them, and then they just close the door. What?
Okay. That joke is so tired and played out. That shit was old in the 90s. Fuck off. B, a lot of people would be saying to me right about now, you would love this if this kind of comedy shit was pulled on Lucha Underground. You'd love it if The Miz and Maurice did it. You'd love it if the NXT versions of Enzo and Cass pulled it. Yeah, there's a reason for that. Because all three of those instances would have given it proper context and would have built up to something more than whatever the fuck that was. Mm-hmm. It's not even like the House of Horrors match. That shit was the Troll 2 of wrestling. That was so bad I couldn't stop laughing. I've watched it 3 times because it's the funniest goddamn thing in the fucking world, until they get back into the ring, and then I just hate life forever. Yep. And the whole thing just eats a shit sandwich, and no, really fuck everyone involved in that. But the actual House of Horrors part was just it's beautiful. It's beautiful dumpster fire. This wasn't even that. This was just baffling and stupid. This was annoying.
You know what it reminded me of?
What?
It reminded me of the club when they were doing those god-awful doctor segments.
God, you're right.
Thought you could escape those, huh, Maxie boy?
Oh God, no! It's like that, or it's like a even worse version of R-Truth trying to recruit Goldust.
Oh.
Like, that had a point. That had a story. And my biggest problem with this just was, at the time, you were asking us to take that pairing seriously. Now with the whole we want to be relevant veterans thing, in retrospect, that's actually a pretty cool little story bit they did. I went back and I looked it over again, and not bad in retrospect. But at the time, it was just kind of, are you really expecting us to take this seriously? This is kind of dumb. But at least it had a fucking point. This, I just, God. I think the only thing worse that the Ascension's been involved with is JBL's commentary. Just goddamn. Yeah, I thought you escaped that, huh?
No.
God
Oh,
damn.
all right.
Just
Now
overly-
I want to discuss Eric Rowan versus Luke Harper briefly.
Very briefly.
Why was Eric given the win here?
I'm not sure. It's like WWE is this weird thought in their head that of all the people in the Wyatt family, we liked Eric Rowan the most.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, nah, fam. Who we liked in the Wyatts the most, if you want to order it now, would be Braun, then Luke. Everyone wants more from Bray, but we've kind of given up on him. And then Eric. Nobody gives a shit about Eric Rowan. He's not like Braun Strowman, where the dude developed in the ring and became pretty much just the infinite hard eyes gifts for Braun Strowman. Jesus Christ. And he's not Luke Harper, who is just the modern day Bruiser Brody. And I mean that in the most complimentary sense, just Jesus Christ. But Eric, I don't know. I swear, it feels like Eric is for some reason the one that they just fell in love with.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Luke gets a pretty good push because, yeah, when Luke was the Intercontinental Champion, nobody really liked him though. He was just that nobody that was in the Wyatt family. Now, after he had those matches with Randy and Bray, he's got pretty good mic skills. His ring presence is pretty damn good. I think he deserves another push, and I think they should push him pretty damn hard. I wouldn't say fully to the top, but I would say push him pretty damn hard.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, I've seen matches of his back in the Indies when he was Brody Lee, and he'd be perfect to tear it up for the U.S. belt with Owens. Just hell, him versus Steen's probably happened in the past anyway, so it'd just be a nice little callback for anyone who saw that. But do something with him. Like, that's the reason nobody liked him when he had the IC belt. Nobody gave a shit because you didn't give us a reason to give a shit. We're not just gonna... Yeah, there are some cases where we're just gonna care because holy crap, this person is really good. AJ Styles didn't need a story or a character or anything when he first showed up. He just needed to be himself. Braun Strowman just kind of needs to show up at this point and be himself. But as good as Luke Harper is, you got to give us something to cheer for with him. Otherwise, he's Bruiser Brody without any controversy.
Right. I agree. Yeah, I'm hoping they push Harper pretty far. The last thing I want to go over here today, of course, the main event. 6-man tag match with the United States champion Kevin Owens, Jinder Mahal, and Baron Corbin versus Sammy, Randy, and AJ. Thoughts on the match?
I mean, I like most of the people involved.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't terrible.
It really seemed like they phoned it in.
Yeah. This, like there's always that tier of quality that fans have had for years, house show quality, TV quality, pay-per-view quality, like Big Four quality. This was this probably would have been pretty damn good. Not great, but pretty damn good on a house show. On anything other than a house show, it's just kind of... Hell, if this had been an opening match or a mid-match, if you were going to throw something of this quality at us, that'd have been fine. But the main event of a show on a 2-week European tour, again, maybe at a house show.
And I read it somewhere, and of course, the heels win with Jinder Mahal getting the pin on Randy Orton. Oh, my fuck. Just that.
You gotta build that shit up, man.
I never thought I would ever say that sentence in my life. Ever. Jinder Mahal pins the 13-time WWE champion Randy fucking Orton.
And you know what? When this whole thing started with Jinder Mahal, I was a bit against it. I was kind of like, what are you doing? And I read